Clare L. Roberts lives in southwest France. She was born in Manchester and has lived in different parts of England and the world. She studied art, drama, and education. She has written novels, plays, films, and short stories. Her novel Betrayal is in bookshops and online now. She is currently writing the stories of Shakespeare's plays with personal introductions. Today, we're glad to welcome Claire to Conoscere TV. She's connected with us right now. Hi, Claire. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you very much indeed. It's good to be able to talk to you.
In collaboration with Eurobox, you recently published a book entitled The Menagerie. Can you please introduce it to us? What is it about?
In the main, it's about people. It's called The Menagerie because there is a story in the book called The Menagerie, and that's about a postman, and everybody keeps giving him their abandoned pets. So he ends up with a collection of the most strange assorted creatures. And I thought when I'd finished my book, actually, my book is about a strange assortment of different people. So it is about people. I believe in people. I believe in the goodness of people, ordinary people. I don't like elites and I don't like extremes, but I believe that ordinary people are heroes in their own little worlds, in their own lives. We all have challenges to face, and the characters in my book are all at a point where things are changing in their life. They make a decision, but we get an insight into what it's like to be a hospital porter, to be a soldier at the end of the Bosnian-Croatian War, all different characters, people at the end of the World War, a woman running away with a German prisoner of war. And that research for that, I found out that Germany was so destroyed. These things move me and interest me, and I care passionately about the world.
And what's the inspiration for these collection of stories? How did you come up with the idea of writing several stories in one book?
It was a question of each story came to me, just an idea, a character would come to me, or an idea would come to me. A couple of them come from news items. One was a rare Swedish stamp was sold today for millions of pounds. And I thought, then it said, this stamp was actually discovered by a 12-year-old boy in Sweden, and he got 7 krona for it. And I thought to myself, gosh, I wonder what that man feels like now that his 7 krona, which was twopence, actually is given somebody else millions of pounds. And so I created the character and followed it through. And another one was a news item where a famous Guarini violin has been stolen. And I thought, oh, there's a story in that. And then I thought, no, there are 3 stories. There's the person who made the violin, the person who played the violin, and the person who stole the violin. And possibly one of my favorite characters in the book is actually the person who stole the violin. He's a petty theft thief who works in a bowling alley, and he's like one of life's lovable losers. And I adore him.
So now that you have all the stories published in one book, who would you suggest the reading of this book to? Who's your target public?
People who are interested in people, who realize that life can be difficult, but that the human spirit tends to overcome most things and find compensations, and just people interested in human stories, I suppose.
As last question for you, I'd like to ask you to leave a message for your readers now that you have the chance to.
Okay, my message to my readers would be have faith in humanity. Ordinary people are actually basically good. Okay, we've all been through very hard times with the isolation of COVID, and the growing elitism of politicians, the gap in inequality, which I hate. And so, yes, at the moment, I am preoccupied with writing about refugees and trying to give them a voice, because I believe that if human beings understand, then they can encompass. And there is so much charity going on at the moment. People are being kind. They're giving money to Ukraine. They've given money for charitable works. They've supported the National Health Service in Great Britain, and I'm sure all over the world. Ordinary people are generous and kind and thoughtful, but politicians so often mess it all up, exploit it. We have to fight that. And I think probably writers are sort of at the forefront of that. Give the underprivileged a voice, but make their lives real for other people. When the other people understand, they will follow them. Their hearts and arms will open to them, and that's what I think writers should do.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you for your wonderful message, and thank you for your book. We want to wish you very good luck with it.
Thank you very much for the interview. It is good to talk to people and anyone who listens to this.
The secret of this book is the description of people, gestures, actions, things. Their being is so defined it immerses the reader in the stories, letting him personify the characters himself. They give a vivid picture of human life. You can now find the Menagerie in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobox.